Welcome back to the Comp Closet podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Sarah Moore, and today I am joined by one of the first friends actually that I met through bodybuilding. So we actually started chatting on Instagram before both of our first shows back in, oh my gosh, it was years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And we then went and met up for a walk in Auckland at a park. She's a beautiful person inside and out, and she's competing in the FMG Gold Coast show in just 2 weeks' time at the time of recording this. Taylor Clark, welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you, and I really want the listeners to hear like the early stages of your journey and kind of how you got to where you are now. So, what initially motivated you to start your fitness journey?
Yeah, so initially, like way back, I was pretty overweight and, I was doing everything that I guess you do when you're starting, following like Sarah's Day Buddha bowls and eating like a kilo of hummus a week, thinking that that was going to make me skinny. And like, I just wanted to be small. Like, I just wanted to be thin. I got a personal trainer. I was the worst client in the absolute world. And I can say that because I'm now a coach and I would not have put up with what I put her through. Like, I was terrible. And yeah, so I kind of started with that, doing a lot of group fitness classes. And I started enjoying that a little bit. And then I guess the transition into bodybuilding kind of happened. I went through an abusive relationship and I felt like I had lost all my power. And the one thing that I kind of had at that time was the fact that I was still going to the gym. So I'd already lost like 20 kilos at that point. And I started strength training because I didn't want to feel like anyone could have that sort of physical control over me again. And yeah, and then just like one thing led to another. I was a theatre kid growing up. So when I saw online at the time WBFF, I was like, oh, I love my training now and I love stage. So this kind of melds the two together. And yeah, that's kind of that all in like a nutshell, I guess.
Yeah, I love that you turned something like, a beautiful, the beautiful thing of prep like came out of an abusive relationship and you kind of turned that around and like really bettered yourself and put yourself, in full swing into a bodybuilding prep, which is really cool. And I love that it brings in those aspects of your theatre background as well. Was there anyone that really inspired you in the early days?
Yeah, I mean, so we're going a long way back. So it was literally in the days of like Rachel Dillon, Lauren Simpson. Who else? I think one of the first bodybuilders I followed was Emily King, and like Sherelle Grant and everything. Like I was just obsessed with all of the people who were like at the top of that time period. Um, yeah, it's very different now, but that was like that era.
Yeah, I love that. And then reflecting on your first prep, what year was that? I'm trying to remember because you prepped for a few cancelled shows, right?
So I was in prep for like 2 or 3 years consistently. I probably had like a couple months out of dieting over that whole time period. I got on stage in April 2022. So, but I started my first prep in 2020, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what are some of the key lessons that you learned like throughout those cancelled preps and then your first prep for an actual show?
Yeah. So I would say, like, compared to now, like, the biggest thing that I have changed that I did back then would be like social media and just staying the hell off of it. So I'm so sorry if any of the competitors, if you're listening to this and I haven't followed you back, it's because I am like so strong in setting my pace this time because I'm sure that Sarah can attest to this. Last time I was an absolute menace, just like looking at all of the girls, stressing myself out, freaking out constantly, like comparing myself nonstop. And it was so important to me that I don't do that this time because I think it actually made I had a great prep last time, but it made it significantly less enjoyable because I spent so many hours every day just worrying about something that I can't even control, and like that doesn't actually even matter.
Yes, and I feel like so many girls do that as well. Like you want to look up who's in your height category and who you're going to be competing against and like are their glutes bigger or are they looking leaner than you? And it's such a trap to fall into.
So easy to do as well.
Yeah, exactly. Or like people will be sending you photos of other competitors, and I think what you're doing is definitely the best approach. Like either just muting everyone or not following them at all while on a prep really, really helps.
Honestly, my
Yeah.
number one biggest piece of advice, just like stay off Instagram. Don't look at it. And that's the thing, like you get such bad body dysmorphia when you're going through it. Like you can't even actually like look at yourself properly and like with like the eyes of what other people are seeing, right? And like everyone looks better on Instagram. Like you're only posting it because you look banging and like you don't know if it's edited, you don't know if anything, like you just need to stay away from it. Protect your
Yeah.
peace.
100%. And like everyone's journey is so different as well. Like some people are lean like, 10 weeks out, and then some people peak right on show day. So you never really know what someone's going to look like on the day, and that's what the judges are looking at. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you look like a few weeks out. Yeah. So what did it feel like stepping on stage for the very first time when you finally got to the stage?
I was so happy. Like obviously because so many preps got cancelled and I was actually talking to my partner about this the other day and I was like I was so cute. I was watching all of my old prep stories and everything and I was like I was just so excited and just so happy about everything. Like my face was so sore after that show from just smiling so much because I was genuinely just like I finally did it. I finally made it here. Like yeah, I just think like nothing beat that feeling of like you've done it, you've actually done it. Because like at that time it was COVID and I had to test negative within 24 hours of my flight, so I didn't even know if I was getting on that plane. Like I was training with a mask on and everything, like just hoping for the best. I remember crying in the shopping center, like on the floor, full blown meltdown, just so happy that that I was doing it. So yeah, all of that, all of those emotions were just pure like gratitude and just happiness and excitement.
Yeah, I love that. I remember you being so excited. I remember like when you landed on the Gold Coast and I saw you, and we were both so excited to finally get to a stage. Like that feeling after all those cancelled shows and all those preps, like finally getting on the stage was just, yeah, incredible.
It was so good.
Run me through like what happened on show day and what your feedback was from there.
Yeah, so show day was all such a blur. It happened so quickly. I came seventh in my lineup, which was cool. That was yeah my first. So I did that, and then afterwards, what did we do? We celebrated and everything as well. But yeah, I was honestly like wrapped with getting first call out. That was a really big goal of mine. I was a literal like stick insect. Like I had such like little amount of muscle going into that. So I think that was a really good placing. What was it? That was bikini medium tall. That was what I was trying to remember.
Yeah. And they were big lineups as well. Like
But
seventh
there was
place
like
in your first show
30, 30
is insane.
girls in our category.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah,
Yes.
that big competitive lineup. So like it's, seventh place is not to be sneezed at your first show, and you never know how much muscle you're going to have when you lean down for the first time. Like it's actually crazy seeing yourself that lean for the first time, and then you look different again when you get on stage with the tan and the lighting and everything too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was very, very proud that I achieved that. But I think, I look at that and I'm like, oh, that was cute. You know what I mean? I have that like in me, that nature that I'm just like, it's just never going to be good enough. Like I need more, I need to be better and I need to do better. Hence the massive amount of time off. But yeah, I knew straight after that show that I needed so much more size and like I just needed to come back better. So yeah, I definitely finished that like really proud of myself and really happy, but like in no way was I satisfied with it. I was like, more.
Yeah, so 3 years off between your shows. Tell me about the post-show period and then like going into the build phase. Were there any struggles? How did you find all of that?
So post show, I didn't do too badly for the first few weeks. I was very sick. I got gastro. I couldn't keep anything down. I was so unwell, which is probably why I didn't do too badly with gaining body fat. And then I got shingles in my eye and all down my face. And I had to take 3 months off training. I couldn't even get my heart rate up because The whole concern was it came from stress, and because it was in my eye, they said I could have gone blind. And I wasn't about to, I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to take the doctor's advice. I wasn't about to just ignore it. So I did it. I think I took 2 months off training. I don't think I made it to 3 months, but I gained a significant amount of body fat in that time. I was sad eating. I like missed the gym. I couldn't go for like as much like walks. Like my movement was so limited, and I was just working so much, and I screwed up really badly. I gained far too much body fat, and I was really unhappy about it. I think I put on 20 kilos, and like so obviously 10 of that like needed to come back on, but I put on an extra 10 kilos, and I kind of just sat there for a while. I was like, okay, well, I'm already here. I'm just going to keep building. I don't know when I'm going to come back to stage. All I know is that I need to build muscle. So I just kind of sucked it up. Like I bought new clothes that would fit me. And yeah, I just kind of sucked it up. I think I went a bit quieter on Instagram because I wasn't necessarily the most confident. I felt like it was like a bad reflection on like me and like my business and stuff as well. But I just wasn't in the mindset to do a dieting phase. Like I wasn't ready to do a mini cut or anything like that. And I kind of stayed like that for about a year. And then I did a little bit of a shred for Europe. I went to Europe for 2 months. And then when I got back from Europe, I just dirty bulked. I coached myself in my build season, which I don't actually recommend doing. Everyone should have a coach, but I really, really wanted to try out my own training protocols, and I wanted to see if what I'm giving my clients is like up to standard and if it's done in a way that like I expect it to be done. And I just kind of wanted to see what I could achieve with my own body. So I did that. But one thing about me is I cannot nutrition coach myself. I made sure I was hitting enough protein, and I just ate and I ate and I ate and I ate. And I don't know, once you're kind of used to being in a bigger body, like you get used to it. And like, I think a little bit of body fat is like sexier. Like, I like having a little bit more to me than looking like a 12-year-old boy, because that's how I feel at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that. That must have been so hard post show, like having those health issues and not being able to train, because I feel like post show, like the thing that makes it easier is feeling the strength gains in the gym, like feeling the extra energy, getting to have the extra food, but putting it towards something like productive. So that would have been so hard not being able to move. And I can definitely see why you were, emotional and eating and all of that. What advice would you have to someone else who is potentially having a period where they can't train?
Control what you can control. Stay with your coach and work on just nutrition. If gaining excess body fat is something that you're concerned about, stay with your coach and stay on your nutrition. Don't do what I did. I left my coach during that time period, and I ate and I ate and I ate. And I probably could have gone for very, very light walks, but I got into a mindset where I was like, no, I'm just not going to do anything. So do what you can, but also don't be so hard on yourself, because it's not like you're just going to lose all your muscle. Like, you're not going to lose all your muscle. You're not going to lose all your strength either. And if you have to do it, like at the end of the day, your health is so much more important than just being able to go and throw some weight around in the gym. You'll get back there. Just control all your other controllables and don't throw it all out the window like I did.
Yeah, I love that advice. And then what tips can you give to someone for making the most of their build phase?
Commit and follow structure. You know, it can get boring. I've found personally that like following a program for an extended period of time is the best way to do it. I follow the same program, and even with my coach now, I've been on the same program for like 4 to 6 months, and just consistently working at getting stronger and getting better and eating more food to fuel that. Like, I have always been really big on putting all of my food around my training, even if that means like not eating as much throughout the rest of the day or whatever, but really prioritizing eating around your training and training to grow and training smart. You don't need to enjoy every single session. You're probably not going to. There's one session on my program at the moment that like I genuinely hate doing, but I still do it because that's just part of it. You know what I mean? So that's probably, it's just suck it up and stick to it. If you have a goal, you'll do anything to achieve it. Otherwise, it's just a wish.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I think like having the goal and then having a coach or someone who can guide you through one, the training, but then two, also the nutrition and how to optimize that like around training. Like if you're struggling to get food in your build phase, have more before training, during training, and after training. Like, I think people
Yeah.
underestimate how many carbs you can have, before, during, and after your workout.
I
Yeah.
always have a bag of ollies in my gym bag, not at the moment in prep, but as soon as I'm not in prep, ollies in the gym bag, eat them while you're training, give yourself a little bit of a sugar hit. I mean, you could go Whole Foods and do like a banana, but what's the fun in that?
I do like the intra workout like carb powder, which is probably the same as lollies anyways. But yeah, just having something like during training is a really good way to get those carbs and calories in if you're struggling with it. Yeah. And then what advice would you give to someone who's like scared to commit to a build phase? If they're scared of putting on that body fat or changing how they look?
I mean, it is scary, but like, I don't, I don't know if you've ever like I personally don't look at somebody else and think any less of them as a person because they're holding a little bit of extra body fat. It doesn't change who you are. You just might look a little bit different for a while. And if your clothes aren't fitting you as well, buy new ones. You should have a wardrobe for when you're bigger and a wardrobe for when you're smaller. Because we fluctuate and clothes are not made to fit you. Did I get that saying right? You don't have to fit your clothes have to fit you. That's
That's
what
the
I'm trying
one.
to say.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think you can do it really moderately. You don't have to go full send KFC like I did. But if it's something that you're really worried about, work with a coach, get them to take the process into their hands and talk to them about it. Just be so transparent with your coach. That's what they're there for. And they can go for a more moderate approach and making sure that like you're keeping your body fat down. You're going to gain a little bit, but I mean, it's so worth it. Like it is so, so worth it. I'm so glad that I committed to my build because it was like unwrapping a little present. I don't know what I'd built. It's been so long since I dieted. I dropped 20
Yes.
kilos and I'm like, man, yay, I'm so glad I did it. There was times that it like was uncomfortable and like just put on a tracksuit.
Yeah,
I just
I
realized
agree.
how much body fat I had put on moving to the Gold Coast than I did back home because I lived in a tracksuit and I never saw myself. And then I moved here and I was like, damn.
Yeah, I feel like the weather makes a big difference, but like you said, like your clothes are really important, I feel, with, how you're actually going to feel and how you're going to see yourself. If you're bodybuilding, you're likely to like need two different wardrobes. And when you get into that build phase, put the shredding clothes away. Like literally, I put mine in a box and put them into our little storage unit, and I don't even look at them or touch them because if you go and try and put on that pair of shorts that's like two sizes too small because you're building, you're going to feel a bit shit about yourself. So yeah, I love that advice about having clothes that fit.
And like even now, my like shredded Tay clothes from 3 years ago, the shorts are too small. And I'm leaner than I was back then. I just built some muscle and now they don't fit my bum. So that should
It's
always
a
be
win.
that's the goal.
Yes, I love that. So, talking about your prep now, what category are you going to be competing in? And then, how has your prep been different this time around?
Okay, so I'm doing bikini athletic. So we have to get leaner for this one than we did for bikini. I'm also with a different coach this time. I really, really like working with Troy. Very, very straight up, which is good. Prep wise, I'm a workhorse in prep. Like where I need the support is my off season because I'm such a foodie and I will eat like an idiot. But in prep, I there is absolutely no questioning. I will just do whatever it takes. I've got a meal plan this prep for the second half of prep. So I had a diet break over like Christmas, New Year's, my birthday, all of that. I was self tracking up until that point. And then I've got a meal plan. I'm not going to lie, the meal plan fucking sucks. I hate chicken. I like fried chicken, but I hate chicken, like with a passion. I hate chicken. But I'm on chicken 3 times a day and I don't know, I'm just sucking it up and eating it. It's also a bigger prep. Last time I prepped for like 10 weeks because I was already so lean because all the cancelled shows. So this prep has been since the 2nd of November. So by the time I get to stage, what is that like? 2 plus 4, 6 months?
It's a big
That's a
prep. Have
long
you enjoyed doing
prep.
a long one?
Now, it was perfectly fine until I want to say like 6 weeks out. I was like, I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm never going to gain that much body fat between shows again. I probably don't need to do that big of a build again, be a little bit more moderate with it, but I've had a very big conversation with Troy about not letting me do that again. It's been really hard. Like, we have pushed cardio really hard. I'm not eating a lot of food. I don't know my calories and macros, which is really good, but I am a nutritionist, so I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah. So how much cardio and steps and all that are you doing?
So we don't do steps, so I just keep it consistently around 10,000. I'm doing at the moment an hour of Stairmaster a day, except for one day when I have a high carb day. There's no cardio there. But yeah,
Do you have any tips for someone who's struggling to get through their cardio sessions?
call your friends. The time goes by so much faster if you call your friends or if you're watching something entertaining. I always watch like a TV show or something that can keep me entertained, but I know at the end of, I don't know if other people are like this, but at this point in prep, I can't actually pay attention to a TV show. My attention span is minimal. So I watch TikTok and I will call my friends. I do it at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's always at a time where like my friends back in New Zealand are like going to work. So it works out really well with that. But just find something to distract yourself and it'll go by so much faster. And just, stay laser focused on the goal. Like,
Yeah.
I just chant to myself in my head when I'm on it. And I'm like, just get through it. You know what I mean? Like, suck it up.
Yeah, I think distraction is a big one. And then also, like you said, you get yours done early in the morning. I think getting it done first thing rather than thinking about it all day makes a massive difference. I could not imagine like going to work all day and then coming home and doing cardio. I know we were talking about that the other
No,
day.
absolutely not. Not a chance you would find me doing that.
Yeah.
I wish to sleep when I get home.
Yeah, just go home, eat, sleep, done.
Yeah,
So, how are you feeling mentally with the show only 2 weeks away?
really good, honestly. Like I said earlier, protecting your peace. That has been huge for me. I don't know who I'm up against. I genuine I have no idea. So like that side of it, I'm feeling just very at peace. I'm really proud of myself and I think that that is what is keeping everything really balanced. I'm not feeling stressed at all. I'm excited. It still doesn't quite feel real. I just registered 2 days ago, so I had a little bit of nausea when I did that. I was like, oh, I'm doing it. But
How
yeah,
does it feel being local as well, like not having to travel for a show now that you're living on the Gold Coast?
so good. And I have a lot of friends coming from New Zealand. I'm very, very blessed. Honestly, I think I'm more excited to see them.
Celebrate.
I have a really big support system coming this time, which is exciting because last time nobody could come because of the restrictions. So yeah, I'm just really excited for that and just to be able to show off what I have worked so hard for because it's been a lot of sacrifice, and not just from me, but from my partner and my friends. So yeah, I'm excited to show them what we've been working towards.
Yes, I'm so excited for you. So, what advice would you offer to someone who's looking to compete for the first time, or like advice for yourself before you competed?
Get a coach, study the shows. That is the number one thing that I do. And we've done study nights. Watch
Yeah.
the shows, sit there, learn what the judges want. Get a good posing coach, like one that really, really, really knows their stuff, and start early. Even if you think that you're a natural, like you have a background in theatre or anything like that, start early, start practicing. I know it's so uncomfortable to do it when you're not lean because don't really know what you're looking at, but just start and then it'll just make it so much easier because there's nothing worse than trying to learn anything when you're in the depths of hell. Yeah, you don't want to be learning a routine when you can't like remember it. So get it all sorted early, and just enjoy it. There are going to be days that absolutely suck, like, and I think also if you can explain to the people around you like what you're going to need and the support that you're going to need, but also like where you can and can't like give back to them, just so that everyone kind of knows and everyone is aware. I think that's really important before you start a prep and not just getting there and like snapping. I get quite snappy when I'm hungry. my people like understand it because we had that conversation prior to entering it. Yeah, but I think it is just about enjoying the process and just like don't forget to stop and tell yourself that you're proud of yourself because it's really easy to just get swept up in it and just trying to like count the days. But yeah,
Yeah, I love that. And what tips would you give to someone that's feeling really nervous?
I mean, same. Nerves are a good thing, I think. I think nerves often, like, your excitement gets mixed in with them, and all of a sudden you feel like so much worse. But I think lean into it a little bit. Like, if you're not nervous, then it doesn't mean something to you. And at the end of the day, you can't control what the judges are looking for. I think now you can have a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of comfort in the fact that we have more of a set criteria to work towards now, which is great. Like, before, they could literally what say because they didn't like your hair color or something, right? They're not going to do that. But also just know, like, regardless of where you end up placing and everything, you can always take all of your feedback and everything, and regardless of whether you get judges' feedback or not, you can take it, you can go away, you can work on it, and you can come back better. And you can always message anyone in the community for an unbiased opinion on like what they think you need to work on. But yeah, I just think it's something that it's so out of your control at that point. Like, you've done everything you can, the hard work's over. Your job is literally just to get up there and present yourself. I think there's something really beautiful about like working so hard towards something and then getting to showcase it. And I don't think you have anything to worry.
Yes, I love that so much. And also, if anyone's listening to this, because this will come out on peak week for the Gold Coast show. So, if you're competing in the Gold Coast show, don't forget to take all the photos backstage and during peak week and the videos. Clear your camera roll before you go so you have storage and just get like all the photos and videos because you will love looking back on them. Like, I still look back on photos and videos from my first show and absolutely love it and wish I took more.
No, literally all the time. Get your friends to go to your photo shoots with you and take behind the scenes content because you are going to want to look at it all and you're not going to get your photos back for ages. It's going to be
Yes,
so
behind the
long.
scenes.
So get your friends, get everyone to take behind the scenes content for you and enjoy it. Don't forget to relax and just take it all in.
Yeah, 100%. So, where can people find you online if they want to follow the rest of your journey and see how you do in the Gold Coast show?
It's just train with Tay and then two underscores on Instagram. And I think it's the same on TikTok, which I don't post that much on, but sometimes.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on and good luck for the show. I'll be watching
Thank
online
you.
because I can't make it there in person, but I'm so, so excited for you.
I'm so excited.
And thank you so much for listening to this as well. If you could share this to your stories, tag us, let us know what you learned or what you're doing while you're listening to it. If you're competing in the Gold Coast show this week, then good luck. It'll be this week when it comes out. And I'm so excited for you.